Yeah, the fight. Who you got Sunday? You know it's Sunday, right?
I got Darren Till.
Why?
I don't know enough about Darren Till, but since he beat up our
Cowboy?
boy, I've been watching a lot of his fights. I say this about him. We know he's a very high-level striker. I don't see a lot of what he's doing that's so different, but my guess is that his ability to measure distance, but he's also very big.
Better than Wonderboy, though, to measure distance?
Wonderboy is amazing. The only reason I'm going with him is...
Let me give you this before you get... I already made my pick on below the belt, so I'm going to tell you this. So Wonderboy has beaten... His last fight beat Jorge Masvidal.
Yes.
Before that, right, Woodley fights.
Yeah.
He's beat Roy McDonald.
Yeah.
Johnny Hendricks.
He's amazing.
And then you want me to tell you who Darren Till's beat?
Yeah.
Just Donald Cerrone.
I know. But Darren Till is bigger, and Darren Till pressure. He's
They're
a pressure
the same
fighter.
height.
Pressure fighter.
Same height.
Heavier, right? A little heavier, bigger. He'll get in there at 200 pounds.
He's way bigger, yeah.
Right? So, and he's a pressure fighter. My feeling is that if Darren Till is going to close that distance. Stephen Thompson is so good at keeping his distance, kicking you from a distance, and countering. I think trying to counter a guy as skilled as Darren Till, who is also very good at that and seeing that, is going to be a different game. And when Darren Till is in that proximity, that closer proximity where those long kicks are no longer a factor, it's going to be a problem for Wonderboy.
I picked Darren Till too.
Yeah,
I picked Darren Till. I think, did I say third round TKO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third. I could see going to the fourth, but I think as the fight goes on,
I just think he's too big. He cuts the ring off, and he's too experienced. And the stuff
he's not as experienced as
Wonderboy.
Wonderboy
Is very experienced, but he's, from what I have read and seen,
I shouldn't say. You know what? That's not fair. So when we want to say experience, he's not experienced in high level MMA.
High level MMA is a different thing.
Wonderboy has way more experience.
If Wonderboy was a hell of a wrestler, I would then have a different point, because I'd be like, well, he's going to close. We haven't seen Till on the ground. We don't know.
Vegas begs the Vegas still has Wonderboy as the favorite, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, it is.
And there's there's Darren. So in welterweight, there's Darren Till. There's Usman, who just fought, right? Yeah. And then there's Colby Covington. There's like these three young horses.
Yeah.
I think Darren Till, if I had to bet on it, would be the guy I'd put my money on.
This is right. And so this is a big fight. This is one I'm so excited about, because
the fight makes no sense.
Right.
The fight makes no sense for anyone.
Because Till hasn't been there long enough.
Till beat Donald Cerrone, and Donald Cerrone didn't know who he was. Donald Cerrone's undersized 7 here.
Yeah.
He beats him, and then Darren Till's unranked. Yeah. The ranking people go, ooh, he's cool, number 8 in the world. Yeah. And then, foonk, number 1 welterweight in the world. Slow the fuck down.
Yes.
Because you're forcing this kid. Now he beats him. All right, now he's the number 1 guy in the world. Now what the fuck, man?
Yeah, bring him up a little slower.
And what do you do? He's
24 years old, right?
He's 25.
That's very young.
Come on, man. When are we going to learn? Yeah. Now he might beat him. He very well might beat him. If he does beat him,
now we got a Rose Namajunas on our hands. Now we got a young champion.
Even Rose had more time.
Of course. But
even though it's her first fight.
It's a lot of pressure on Till, but if he does beat him.
It's in Liverpool.
I think they're doing it because Till's so big for the weight class. He looks so good against Donald Cerrone, and they're like, you know what? Maybe he is the next young champion who's there forever. Maybe we're gonna know, aren't we? We're gonna know.
Not even yet.
He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it.
Even with the Wonderboy again, like with Usman's signature win, with Colby Covington's signature win, it's Demian Maia. Those are perfect matchups for them. It's the perfect matchup for the top 5 guy. Yeah. With Darren Till, Wonderboy Thompson, Wonderboy is a striker. Yeah. Till's a striker. Yeah. Cowboy Cerrone, striker. Yeah. These are perfect matchups. We won't know yet.
Until he's against a wrestler like Tyron Woodley.
Until you get a Woodley, until you get an RDA, until you get a Masvidal.
Yeah.
Wonderboy's passed those tests. They're proven. Yeah. RDA's proven. Woodley's proven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting.
So you're saying the big test for Darren is going to be when he fights a guy who can wrestle.
This is a big test because Wonderboy's so goddamn good, and if he passes this, obviously he's better than those other guys as far as potential. But until they stop giving these guys favorable matchups, the UFC clearly is hoping Darren Till wins this. Yeah. Liverpool,
sure,
it is made for him to win this.
Yeah,
but it's a tough matchup.
Let me ask you this: when you see Till sparring, do you see him sparring and how he's knocking out his opponents and stuff? Is that hype? What is that about?
The guy he's sparring doesn't look very good, but also it's a young, hungry type of thing. That's what you do when you're young, you know?
Yeah, you
just murking guys. Yeah, you're not going to have a lot of toys to play with. Keep doing that. I don't know who he's sparring with either. I don't know what camp he's out of. Most high-level gyms don't really do that, but, you know, AK do a little bit of that.
But I watched him fight. There's a Serbian guy, UFC. He had a fight with him, but it went the distance.
Yeah.
And so Till wasn't necessarily, in that, he wasn't doing what he did to Donald Cerrone. He was fighting a bigger guy, and he got the best of him, but he won that fight. He didn't destroy the guy. The guy was fine.
But a lot of that, though, too, like those early UFC fights for him, you're talking when he fought that Bojan?
Yes, Bojan.
Yeah, a lot of those, too, is him getting his legs underneath him and then getting the confidence. When I hear Till speak in interviews, I believe him.
Yes.
I don't believe these other guys.
Yeah.
Like when Conor spoke, when he first hit the scene, you're like, a lot of people are like, I don't like him. He's brash. But we believe him.
Yeah.
With Till, when he speaks, I believe him.
Yeah.
He's not sitting back, coming up with sentences and cool catchphrases. Neither was Conor.
No.
You believe, when they talk, you go, fuck. And when you believe in yourself that much, it can take you to levels you weren't expecting because that's what it takes to get to this level.
You believe it. You belong
a
at
false
the top.
sense of being, untouchable.
Yes.
But when you have the skills of Darren Till and you match that with his ego,
dangerous combination.
it's gonna take you places.
And,
like he
also
wholeheartedly,
you're 201 pounds when you step into the cage.
It's a giant advantage for him, and he wholeheartedly thinks he's gonna walk through Wonderboy Thompson. I like those odds.
I do too.
Which is fucked up because I've trained with Wonderboy. He's a friend of mine. I saw him recently. He's a great dude, and I hate picking fucking fights.
And a great fighter.
Amazing. If Woodley isn't champion, Wonderboy's your 3-time world champion at welterweight.
That's right.
He's amazing.
That's right.
But Woodley's just a fuck matchup for him.
Yeah, and Woodley's a lot smaller than Darren Till. These guys are all a lot. Woodley stood next to him many times. He's
short man.
5'7".
He can wrestle his ass off.
Of course he can.
And he has a fucking overhand that's going to give you some problems.
But
I will say this, and I always tell you guys this, and whether it's surgery, whatever it is, when a guy takes a long layoff from fighting, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, it might be surgery. Yeah, he has a show on TMZ Sports. Yeah, he's on UFC Tonight. When a fighter, especially champion, isn't fighting a lot, you got to deal with a guy. And I don't think it's a guy like Darren Till. The reason he hasn't gotten fights, not that he didn't want to, he's been asked the UFC to fight. Darren Till's not going on UFC Tonight. Darren Till's not doing movies.
No.
You know what Darren Till's been doing
Fighting.
This entire time?
Knocking dudes
Kicking
out.
bags and fucking dudes up in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's way bigger than all you guys. He wants this more.
Yeah.
He has certain things going for him that you already have. He wants that.
Yeah.
You think he gives a fuck about the movies right now? No. And guys don't realize this. Everyone, WME, what movie can you get me in? What TV set can you get me in? I want to come and do this
you're
show.
You're already looking at life after fighting.
No, what you're trying to do is get famous. No, fight.
Yeah.
Darren Till is a fighter, and you have to deal with that.
When you watched Usman against Maia, did you see something different? Do you feel like Usman is? Do you want to see Usman Covington? Who do you want?
I would love to see
I'd like to see that.
I think, and it's not the UFC's fault, but having Kamaru Usman fight Demian Maia does Usman a disservice. He moves up in the rankings, but Demian Maia, if he can't get the takedown, is a boring fucking fighter. Yeah. He's horrible.
Yeah.
So then no one's chomping at the bit to see Kamaru fight now, which sucks because he's such a talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see Kamaru Usman versus Masvidal, but their training partners, that's a little funky.
Oh, they are?
I'd love to see Kamaru versus Dos Anjos, Colby Covington.
Yeah, I'd like to see him.
But the winner of Colby...
Because they're similar guys, in a way, fighting, wrestling-wise, right?
Yeah, I would. Usman's a little more power. That's a great fight.
Yeah.
But you don't want to kill off the lions yet. Why kill off the young lions? Don't have them fight each other yet.
Well, you tweeted about our boy who got cut from the UFC for not fighting.
Yair.
Yair.
Yeah.
It's incredible to me.
It is, and there's a whole nother backstory with that kind of.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, I'm kind of with the UFC on this one after I learned a few things. I've talked a little bit about it. He needs to get his life together. And I tell you guys this all the time. He took a year off from fighting. That is the biggest red flag as a competitor. Like I told you, think if you asked Joe Rogan to take a year off stand-up. No. Take a year off from podcasting.
No.
Take a year off from acting. Any passion you have, if someone goes, take a year off, man, you're going to freak the fuck out. If a guy's not freaking out, there's something wrong. Whatever it is, management,
Very true.
motivation, money, whatever it is.
Okay.
Something's going on.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Again, though, maybe don't fight. Don't match him against Frankie Edgar.
Correct, Brian. You fucked his career.
Yeah.
You
Don't
fucked
match
up
him
this
against
flourishing
a beast.
star. Yes.
Can you give somebody a little breathing room? Don't take a young Brendan Schaub and put him against fucking Nogueira.
And then give him Ben Rothwell after that?
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with a guy who has that many tricks?
The problem
You're going
is-
to make one mistake, and he's going to capitalize on it. That's what experience is.
I know. The problem is they give a young B. Schaub, I hate referring to myself in third person, but you have a Gonzaga who's
And he
a
beats
vet,
him.
and I beat him.
And Krokop.
And then they give me Krokop, and I beat him.
Yeah,
and then they go,
I know.
oh, he can do this.
Yeah, and you could.
Well, to a certain extent.
But then you're fighting guys with experience who have tricks, who get you thinking one thing because they know how to do that, and you haven't been there before.
What I don't like about the Darren Till thing and the Yair thing is Darren Till, with his style and his size at 25, there's a list I can give you that we can create a highlight reel knockouts where he can build this Liverpool monster.
They need
so
you
he
there.
becomes this knockout machine. So by the time we build the Wonderboy fight, that thing's selling fucking pay-per-views, man.
Why?
It's not on a Sunday fight
Dana
night.
White knows this, doesn't he? Well, I don't. Who's calling
It's
the
cash
shots?
grab. It's a cash grab for them.
So it's not even Dana. It's probably like this is
Dana.
when a corporation runs
Dana.
something.
It's Dana. They have so many issues. Yeah, I don't even know where to get started.
And their ratings have never been lower, I think, right?
Correct. They'll be fine. Their transition period, but they got to make some changes.
Wow. It's really something when you make it to the top of that heap. Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier, Robert Whittaker, Max Holloway, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
You're reading the pound for
Tyron
pounds?
Woodley. Yeah. It's just something else when I'm looking at all the monsters in every one of these weight divisions. And when you beat everybody and you're at the top, that's incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, people say Tyron Woodley's a boring fighter. Tyron Woodley's also
he's not boring.
He's also a great fighter.
He's
also beat
amazing
everybody.
fighter. Look what
a great fighter.
even I gave him shit about his fights with Wonderboy Thompson. Those were great. I mean, there's some exciting shit in that.
Hell yeah.
That's the way you do that fight.